Orange Esports and GEEK Fam. GEEK Fam on the blue side with the first two bans ready. Orange Esports doing the same, respecting that 1-1 from Jadera.
Seems like here Diggy and Kai will be the option to be banned out by the side of GEEK Fam. Well, one last ban here to close out the first phase of this ban. I feel like looking at their track record, they might actually ban the Faramis here or Valentina. They do not want to go for that Valentina and Faramis trade, but let's see.
Let's see indeed here. With the Diggy and the Akai banned out, again, they are just trying to nullify a whole lot of this neutral objective control from the side of Orange Esports. Meanwhile, for Orange, it's an interesting ban actually from GEEK Fam. The Mathilda comes in where usually you would actually see the Mathilda on the hands of Beloy. But maybe with the Diggy ban, the Akai ban, this time GEEK Fam want to swap or trade, maybe change their strategy a bit to go for a little bit more pick. Maybe a Franco, a Grok that hasn't been banned as well by Orange. And now Orange will have to choose between Valentina, Grok, and Faramis.
We'll see here. I feel like RG Sports will definitely take the trade of Valentina for Faramis. So I feel like they might actually ban out like a Grok or even an Atlas ban here, realizing that Diggy has been banned. But there you go. The Valentina ban saying like, okay, GEEK, you may take the Faramis.
I think Grok will be a better option here for GEEK because usually Beloy plays it, he finds comfort in it, but no, the Faramis actually is going to be locked in by GEEK Fam, picking it up for themselves. Another solid pick. We saw, so far in this tournament, we've seen mixed results
with the Faramis.
With the Faramis, it hasn't been 100%, it hasn't been a guarantee as we've seen previously. But we'll see from Orange Esports now that GEEK Fam have this Faramis. They can pick up the Claude. They can also pick up the Grok. And the Grok gets picked up here. But the thing is, Amelins doesn't play the Claude. We haven't seen him play the Claude a lot in MPL Malaysia. He's more of the Irithel, Melissa style player. So I think here, a solid pick would be either a jungle or XP. Yeah, they pick up a jungle XP flex pick, the Benedetta.
I mean, again, taking it away from Luke, we mentioned that Luke also excels on the Benedetta, but it seems like now GEEK Fam will respond very quickly here with that Gushin, and I feel like Atlas might work here. Sure. Yeah, I feel like Atlas might work. Diggy ban out, why not adding more CC in your composition? But then again, we haven't seen a lot of Atlas on Beloy.
Paquito becomes a solid choice as well, honestly, in the first phase. There's no need to rush that Atlas pick early on. Orange Esports have revealed their roamer, so it's all good for GEEK Fam right now. These are three heroes that, well, I'll say two heroes that we've seen from GEEK Fam. Luke on the Paquito, absolutely lethal. We saw how Jana performed on the Gushin yesterday against RRQ, so no doubts there. But Orange Esports now with the final pick. I think picking up an Irithel here would be a wise choice, or a Melissa, right? Securing that gold laner for Orange Esports, but they said go for the Fredrin first. And if GEEK Fam have done their homework like they usually do on teams they're up against, we might actually see a Melissa and Irithel ban here in the second phase.
I think they might go for that. I mean, again, Orange Esports taking a risk, not taking an MM in the first phase, leaving it out open in the second phase might actually be maybe a mistake. So let's see Orange Esports in the second phase though. They might opt for a ban towards the roamer, realizing that GEEK family have yet to pick up a hero for that roam position. But let's not forget that Faramis actually might fall to the hands of Beloy.
It actually might, right? It's still a flex pick here. Orange Esports, though, going for the carry ban, which is very interesting. Let's see, again, for GEEK Fam now. I don't think carry was an option at all for GEEK Fam. We have rarely seen it. Sure, Jadera, I think, has played it once in MPL Indonesia.
I guess it's just they realize that they're going to have a very tanky build, very tanky composition. And carry just nullifies the tanky composition, and I guess that's why Orange Esports, they anticipate that fact, and I guess that's why they went for that ban. But GEEK Fam, they didn't go for the marksman ban. Instead, they opt for a mid lane ban here. GEEK.
Which is interesting, right? Well, technically, Stormy is that secondary carry. He's also a very good enabler. So shutting him down in the mid lane might be an answer as well for GEEK Fam, as they know right now, with their composition, they can actually let Orange Esports play the Irithel, play the Melissa with no problem. They have enough damage output to take those marksmen down. They have an assassin, they have a fighter. So let's just see how they go and draft themselves up for the final ban for Orange Esports. It's going to be not another gold laner. It's that Atlas that we mentioned earlier. Now, is this a bait from GEEK Fam? Did they want that Atlas to be banned out? Because if they wanted to pick it up, like you mentioned, they could have picked it up early on with a Diggy ban already. Lilia gets banned as well, so they're really just trying to shut Stormy down. And they're really trying to force Stormy to play that Farsa, the Sicilian, or even the Xavier. Just these mages that are so vulnerable to the dive comp that GEEK Fam have set themselves up for.
I mean, one hero that is a good addition for the side of GEEK Fam, Estes. It actually might come through here again, but Orange Esports will collect that Farsa. The question now, against the Paquito, against the Gushin, that Farsa is gonna have a tough time in giving impact. Give GEEK Fam, they might pick up the SS here, combined with Paramis, combined with Paquito. Their composition is gonna be very, very scary.
Looking at it, I don't like the Estes here. It doesn't feel like Estes is going to provide a whole lot for GEEK Fam. Sure, sustainability, but they need more engage here to just combo it together with the Gushin, with the Paquito, and already with the Faramis. I'm looking at maybe right now, if they really want to go for something crazy, the Claude becomes a good choice to dive into that back line. Melissa is a safer choice. It also takes from Orange Esports' comp, or they can just pick up a Diggy and an engage diver. There you go. It's the Kadita for GEEK Fam, a full dive comp. And why did they go for the Beatrix instead of the Claude? More flexibility. We've mentioned this many times. 4 guns means 4 different playstyles that GEEK Fam can play with. Orange Esports, the only viable option I see from them right now is the Melissa, the Irithel, and maybe the Brody.
Adding balance as well with that Beatrix. I mean, adding someone in the back lines, realizing that, yeah, Paquito, Kadita, and as well as Gushin will dive, and you need someone from the back, and perhaps that might be that, the answer might be that Beatrix. Orange Esports here, with that Forza, with that Benedetta already in place, they need a good marksman, and we mentioned it multiple times during the draft that this Melissa on the hands of Emelins is deadly, and there you go. For the final pick, Melissa has been secured. Well, this is it. The 10 heroes that has been banned, the 10 heroes that has been picked as well for our first game in day 3.
It's looking very scary for Orange Esports. I personally like GEEK Fam's composition a bit better here with their dive. It's not that you can't really react to the dive placed by GEEK Fam here, especially the Kadita on the hands of Baloy. He's really going to try to shock you by hiding in the bushes and looking for the oddity plays. Meanwhile, for the Melissa, usually with the go away, you're really good up against these engages that are set up, that you can see with the go away. Now, what this means is Ambulance will have to predict when the Kadita is going in with her go away, and it comes down to a game of prediction and a game of feinting for both of the teams, GEEK Fam and Orange Esports.
Well, enough talk here. Let's see some action. Land of Dawn we go for our first game between GEEK Fam as well as Orange Esports. Neo, oh, you can see your early movements. Already trying to invade. Let's see. Will he commit on towards the jungles of GEEK Fam?
I don't think he wants to commit into the jungle. I think what he wanted to do was maybe cut the waves early on, but because GEEK Fam started towards that bottom side of the XP lane, it's not going to happen for Orange Esports, and it's a very good, wise decision for Neo as well to stay put and to stop that cut that he was going for early on. But here, if we take a look at the compositions, it should be GEEK Fam who have the early presence to play with the mid-control that they have with Kadita and the Faramis, and obviously the winning lane in Paquito versus Benedetta.
It's going to be a very interesting matchup here, bot side. Paquito and as well as Benedetta. Luke likes that Benedetta, so I guess he knows the weakness on that hero as well. And oh, top side, a little bit action. Beluski to half HP, but now Subway will collect that lethal, no problem with Retribution.
400 gold lead just early on for Orange Esports, a very easily turned gold lead. Again, this early stage will most likely really start in the skirmish department and the goalie department with the first turtle. Both teams are taking it slow. Beloy is actually playing towards the top side just to open up the map, acting as that vision. Jana, though.
2v1 here, Neo. The dagger hasn't connected yet, so Neo will survive that one. But please do note as well that a boy is actually on that purifier, so perhaps that crowd control from Solo Aim, perhaps from Stormy as well, might be just negated with that purifier.
Here as well in the matchup, Melissa definitely has an upper edge here. Luke, though.
Oh my god, Petrify connects on towards Luke. Low HP, but take a look at the outplay. They're helped by a boy. Luke with the flicker manages to escape, but man, oh man, this display of mechanics from the EXP laner from GEEK.
That was insane by Luke, but here you go, another fight.
Yeah, but the rush right pops. Jana QT will collect the Lord, no problem. Solo Aim, a little bit overextended. He gets taken down. 2-for-0 there, that turtle, and the kill. Orange Esports, they were caught here in the early game.
Absolutely, man. Wow, Luke, that was crazy. A boy did not use the cult altar despite Luke being so low. And I was about to say, hey man, Luke's gonna die here. He's gonna be taken down because of a boy's miscalculation, but it turns out it's all planned. That was brilliant calculation by a boy and Luke to outplay with that flicker. But back at it again here. If we take a look at the composition, Beloy.
My god, the rough waste connects and Solo Aim with 1 HP will not survive. Beloyski will take the kill. Subway though, here trying to find a kill. But take a look at the dive's potential. The boy collecting another kill on towards Subway now, and this is looking bleak. 3 minutes in, they're almost behind 2,000 gold.
It's crazy. This is the typical GEEK fam early game that we've come to expect nowadays. But with this Fredrin mid, oh wait a minute, that's a kill over. That's a good kill by Stormy, a good wild charge as well from Solo Aim to lock him down. But Subway on the Fredrin, so far not really able to find that good impact just yet, Gani.
I mean, orange buff was stolen. Now we can see here. Oh, action. Oh, altar pops. Neo trying to find the back lines. Now Luke trying to escape as well here with low HP. Will not be able to though. Ambulance collecting the kill. A very important and crucial kill. 200 gold added on the gold lane for orange.
Again, GEEK fam are playing it a bit safer now, right? After that play. That play was a bit too aggressive from GEEK fam. They already got a 2,000 goal lead. They got a few picks on their hands. But again, it's typical GEEK fam. They really like to just push the pace into the enemy jungle even when they have the lead. We saw this happen again yesterday against RRQ Senna. And we're seeing it here as well from GEEK fam. I think they need to put a little bit more respect towards Orange Esports because Orange can definitely punish these little mistakes in the skirmishes.
It's going to be very interesting to see. Oh my god, Beloyski gets stunned up here. Kadita trying to escape, will not be able to as Solo Aim picks up the kill. And now the turtle seems to be in the next agenda for both junglers now. Solo Aim already, both a boy and Solo Aim actually in that vicinity. Subway damage here. Jana QT is on his way. Let's see the turtle take. Who will win the retribution? And it will fall to the hands of Jana QT now. A war will start as Subway will not survive this one. Jana QT picking up the kill. Solo Aim is next on the board as Stormy using the wings by wings, but Luke with the flicker stunned up under the turret will not find anything as Ambulance finds the kill top side.
Another good objective take by GEEK fam, and they are able to convert it now into that top side. Beloy is looking for Ambulance, who doesn't have go away.
Oh my god, he needs to be careful. Petrify connects as well as there you go. Now you see him, now you don't. Ambulance out for 13 seconds, but my god, Jana QT finds another kill in the jungles, catching Solo Aim off guard. And GEEK fam, they're just stepping on the gas now, full throttle.
This is why Gusion is so prioritized here in the current meta, right? The amount of damage you do, especially when you get that first item Genius Wand, is insane. You literally can burst down the frontliners even if they have an Athena. Neo caught.
Careful here, a lot of stunts, a lot of knockups, and Neo will be taken down. And take a look at the rotations here. Please note that Kadira has taken the turret top side, and now he is rotating bottom side. But GEEK fam, they're eyeing up that mid. Let's see, Orange Esports, can they defend this? Oh, Beloyski going for the kill onto Solo Aim. Solo Aim is a little bit caught, but it seems like now Solo Aim, Subway being the frontliners here, trying to do what he can, but Jana QT jumps in. This might be a mistake. Go alter, well-timed popped, and it seems like a disengage from GEEK Fam here.
All right, in the mid lane, Orange Esports are able to actually defend, but as we mentioned in the draft as well, in the team head-to-head for GEEK Fam and Orange Esports, this is the difference between GEEK Fam and Orange. Orange, they play heavily towards that gold lane, trying to gank and trying to give Amalans the advantage to snowball and to play around the lead around that gold lane. Meanwhile, GEEK Fam, they give space towards Shadera in a different way, right? They play on the opposite side of the map so that Shadera can have free space. So the team's acting as a distraction while Shadera goes and takes the turrets down below. In the team fights now, Shadera has scaled up. Amalans is actually behind 2 levels compared to Shadera, and I don't think Orange Esports will be able to contest any of the neutral objectives that are going to be spawning up in the next 3 minutes. What Orange need to do is look for a pickoff like this.
Yeah, Luke here though, is he the right target? He's too sustainable. Remember, he's on that Festival of Blood against Spellvamp, but now the mid side looks to be collapsed. And Orange Esports will not be able to defend that one now. Orange Esports still struggling to find an effective play, try to find an effective team fight. I guess the reason is GEEK Fam, they're always energized with Omne.
Absolutely. You guys can also get energized with Omne and live life your way and play your way to success with the Logitech G, the Aurora Collection. Get yourself the best gaming gear with a classy style as well. Classy colors, man. GEEK Fam, though, right now, it doesn't feel like they are, going for those crazy invades anymore. Like we mentioned, they really fixed that since the orange buff disaster, tragedy for them, where Orange Esports were able to equalize a bit. Now they're playing it a bit safer. They're cleaning out mid-wave. Subway, no.
Uh-oh. Subway will be deleted from the Land of Dawn. Now, we see with the call alter, they managed to fight another body. Subway and Solo Aim taken out of the map. So no frontliners forward side of Orange Esports. This might be disaster. Orange Esports, will they be able to defend this one with a final blow? Neo trying to clear the ways, but again caught by 5 members there from GEEK Fam. 3 members were down from that exchange, and my God, GEEK Fam showing a statement here in the first game.
Brilliant timing by Luke as well there, Usually on the Benedetta, that's what you want to do. You use the final blow and you instantly pop that eye for an eye as you escape or as you exit your final blow channeling, right? But there, Luke timed it so well to actually get the knockout strike down before Neo could use the eye for an eye. And technically now, for Orange Esports, if you're behind up against GEEK Fam's composition, this dive comp that can really just invade, you can practically say goodbye to a lot of your buffs if the neutral objectives isn't available for GEEK Fam. It's a free turtle. Like I mentioned, next 3 minutes, starting from that 7-minute, will just be all a GEEK Fam if they keep on putting the pressure that they've been placing throughout the game so far.
It's going to be very interesting indeed. Oh, a boy here trying to face check there. Finds Solo Aim, but no commitments for a fight yet. 8,000 gold here established, and we can see here from the item Skadera with a 204 stat. Hunter Strike, BOD, Malefic Roar, and it's just a full nasty build indeed. Meanwhile, on the other side, Amalans, only 2 items. So clearly, they are behind damage output and as well as defense taken as well. It's just 2 behind.
Look here though, on the bottom side, Luke, he's just putting so much pressure on, and look at Jana, he's going for it.
Oh my God, Neo! With that Petrify will not be able to do anything on the backup though. Feather Airstrike pops. 1 member here is in trouble, and that member is Jana QT. A very good play by that Neo, by that Benedetta, finding 2. And of course, this is going to relieve off pressure for the side of Orange Esports. Top side will not be able to be taken down. GEEK Fam, that was an outplay. Orange Esports showing glimpses that they are here to not mess around.
Amazing outplay by Neo, but another one by Neo!
My God, this guy just shows us that he also wants to be a part of that highlight reel. Neo, a very, very good display of mechanics.
You can't write your opponents off, man. This is something that GEEK Fam have struggled with against RRQ and now against Orange Esports. They get a massive lead and then they start overcommitting, overextending, mainly Luke and Jana. Jana, he just got taken down. He was 6-0. That's a massive bounty over to Orange Esports. And guess what? Amelens is getting a little bit more time now to actually scale back up to get to those item power spikes. Even though, if you take a look at it, Chadera is level 14. My God, what a lead actually.
Yeah, still here, 7,000 gold lead. So GEEK Fam, though, with that exchange, they needed to be careful. They could not make the same mistake as they did in the next coming minutes. 40 seconds to the next Lord. So now, my expectations is perhaps GEEK Fam should just wait it out. And of course, Orange Esports here, again, capitalizing on the mistakes that GEEK Fam might make.
Both teams are going to have to play it slow once again. GEEK Fam especially. Well, I think especially Orange Esports, right? They need to just farm up for Amelens. Meanwhile, GEEK Fam can just... They're alright. They're comfortable playing this long game, this waiting game.
Yeah.
Because the waves are going to be pushing in towards their side. And obviously, they are going to be playing around this next objective that's going to be spawning. The Enhanced Lord in the 12th minute. 8 seconds for that. As you can see, slow push being built up by Beloy down below. Mid lane going to be shoved as well by Amelens to equalize that pressure. So GEEK Fam will not have the proper setup necessary to actually look for a full commitment on the Lord. They are, however, still going for it. Beloy gets chunked, but as I said, without the proper setup, they can't really be looking for these hasty objective takes.
I guess the time is now. GEEK Fam, with that information, Feather Airstrike has been popped, so they might go for and look for a war. Let's see here, Boy trying to pull solo aim. Is that the right target? But take a look at Beloyski finding Subway in the miss. Instead, the leading call to pops double kill for Kadera, and now it seems like GEEK Fam, they are angry. Triple kill, Maniac, and 1 by 1. Orange Esports, they have fallen. GEEK Fam, they might take this game. They might look for the Savage. Neo, final blow as a defense here, trying to escape the pressure. And GEEK Fam, they will not go for the manhunt. They instead push the mid.
It's a very good play by GEEK Fam. Luke just chasing Neo down so that he can't recall to clear out the waves. 5 seconds on Subway. Brock is back up. It doesn't seem like GEEK Fam can end here, but there's going to be a pause in the last possible minute here before the base gets targeted. The Lord was taken down as well for GEEK Fam, so it's just a brilliant decision by them. They do not overcommit into one thing. They instead spread all their members out to do multiple tasks at the same time. That's the multitask function that you guys can do on the Z Fold for 5G.
Yeah, I mean, John QT was on the Lord, Luke was on Neo, and the rest of the members were pushing mid. So I call that a very effective approach from the side of GEEK Fam. They synergized very well. I mean, I guess now a Boy is already within the team. I mean, they have the chemistry, and we have a TP here. Hopefully, it get resolved very, very soon.
We'll see, right? The technical pause, we're not sure right now if it's from GEEK Fam or from Orange Esports. We're going to have to wait a bit for this technical issue to be resolved. Please be patient with us, ladies and gentlemen, here. We need to give them the proper time to resolve their issues first. But looking at the game here, like I said, the draft, I think, played a huge impact, a huge role into the success of GEEK Fam currently. I feel like Orange Esports don't really have any answers towards this composition. The only answer they have is that one thing, that crazy team fight with Grok. If Grok can get a 5-man stun and perhaps kill a Boy first, they can actually win the game, right? But if a Boy is able to pop the Cult Altar, it doesn't matter if you are able to get the 5-man stun. The Cult Altar, at this point, a Boy is so far ahead that HP isn't going to be melted down by just one Feathered Airstrike. It seems here, though, the technical pause was by Orange Esports. So we'll see right now as we will have this problem resolved. We will get into the game once again, Gani, and we'll see if GEEK Fam can actually go for the end. Or maybe they might just wait for the Enhanced Lord to come through.
Let's see. Oh my god. So Luke was taken down here. It seems like Orange Esports, they have recovered. And now we are seeing that GEEK Fam and friends are pushing the mid side where the Lord is at. So let's see. GEEK Fam, 4 members though Seems like, looking at the rotation and positioning, it seems like they aren't able to manipulate the waves properly. Solo aim here getting chunked, but Feather Airstrike took over, and solo aim will be taken down. Immortal will be taken out from him, but my god, I might be wrong actually. He is still okay as of yet, trying to distract the members of GEEK Fam here, relieving off pressure. Kadera finally finding that godlike, but it bought enough time for Orange Esports to bounce back in the backside.
Uh-oh, that Feather Airstrike was popped in. That's the high ground strength that Orange Esports have gone already. GEEK Fam looking for another fight here as they have the man advantage. They can also just play it slow. Again, take that top side first. No real reason to go for anything too crazy this time around, Gani, and that's exactly what they do.
Yeah, it seems like now it's just 5v4, but solo aim will spawn very, very soon here. Top base turret should be the target by the side of GEEK Fam, but now Orange Esports, they have, I guess, defended this very, very well.
Not for long, right?
Oh my god, Wild Charge connecting onto Root. One Alter instantly pops as well. Feather Airstrike, but take a look at the damage dealt by Kadera. He gets it, he gets one. Luke finds one as well, as one member will fall as well. Now 2 members left standing. Amla and Stormy trying to do what they can, as GEEK Fam will focus on the base, and GEEK Fam will find the first game for Indonesia.
GG to GEEK Fam, 1-0. Securing match point and the first game of this series up against Orange Esports. You can see Stadera give a lovely pat there over to a boy saying, hey, chill man, we got the game. Good game. Well played as well by the Faramis. Always, his Cult Alter has been really impressive here, Gani, right? In the moments where he doesn't need to use it, like the moment where Luke was able to outplay Neo down below, he didn't pop it. He calculated exactly the amount of HP that was necessary there, but when they needed the call all